Many people are called by God to serve. A few take holy orders. However, another small group heeds the call to serve and go out into the world to find new ways to fulfill that call. Rhonda Maingot is one of this special group.
I was at home and I was reading and I had an experience of God in my life, and all I could say is that the Lord broke through my consciousness and really spoke to me in a very, very loud and powerful voice, saying to me not to be afraid, that for a long time he was calling me to respond, and I was apprehensive, but not to worry, don't be afraid, just I call you to love and to show the world how to love.
But showing the world how to love was a difficult business. To do it, Miss Maingot had to spend some time preparing herself in unexpected ways.
I sold everything I owned and just started to search for this God that had captured my heart.
She started a prayer meeting, and slowly, a small group of people gathered around her.
After 6 months, I had met this sister from Rosary Convent, and she came out and she started to work out, but came to live in a community, in a house with me. I guess after a few years, we began a prayer meeting, and then we started to work with the poor right away. They had people up in the hills that got in touch with us. We were working with the poor. We started a prayer meeting that nobody came to for the first 2 years, but I was all right. We just did it, and all that was training for me. And I started to learn the Bible. I began a Bible course, and just started to spend my time doing that.
The community grew, and the prayer meeting grew. And in 1978, then Archbishop Anthony Panton invited her to move the meeting to his residence.
And we lived at the Archbishop House every Wednesday night for 21 years until the Archbishop died, till Archbishop Panton died. So the ministry of the community, the prayer meeting ministry and our ministry really began there in a big way. Lots of people started to come. We did Life in the Spirit seminars. More and more people would come, so it was public, it was open, it was in the Archbishop House, so it was sanctioned by the Archbishop, what we were doing and what our community was doing.
The particulars of the mission required her to make her way amongst those who were least loved, the poor, the suffering, the afflicted, to begin her ministry.
All that time we were working on the streets, we were working up in the hills, we were working in the hospitals, we were working with anybody who was poor.
By 1980, the community was sufficiently large and organized that it had acquired a name and a headquarters. Living Water, a covenant community within the Catholic Church on Frederick Street, Port of Spain, where it remains today. But what made Living Water unique was its constantly evolving nature.
When I first came to the community, it was a series of prayer groups, youth, men, women, Wednesday night prayer meeting, counseling and ministry on the street. It evolved to a community that started to embrace social needs in the society and very rapidly opened many social ministries. Duncan Street, the hospice for cancer patients, Marian House, the Drug Rehabilitation Center, Halfway House, Fountain of Hope, and all of these ministries really were reaching to very specific needs in the society.
When you meet Rhonda Maingot, money is no longer important. What happens is you commit to the mission. And for us in Living Water community, we don't see it as a community, as Living Water, as a brand, as the corporate world will look at it. The idea is to help as many people as possible and give a lot of ourselves. So in giving in this community, we receive more. In fact, I myself, while I may have given, I think I've received more than having actually given. And so Rhonda for me is like my mentor. And I've journeyed with her, she has journeyed with me, and she's somebody I will support, I guess, to my last living breath. In the end, we are all inspired by her. Thousands of people. Some give their life dedicated totally to the community. Some give whatever talents they have.
Indeed, Miss Maingot displayed leadership and entrepreneurial traits which are more closely associated with business. After helping the poor in Trinidad and Tobago, Living Water expanded outward.
I think that it's fair to say that she was the administrative hub around all of these ministries that were created. And it was her drive and passion, her actual, what I would call, she had a natural entrepreneurial spirit, a social entrepreneur, if you like, in which she had not only the ability as a leader to bring people around her who would be willing in turn to reach out and touch others. And certainly, I mean, she was a driving force behind everything that has happened within Living Water community in terms of their outreach to the poor and the socially displaced and the disadvantaged.
Ms. Maingot has also expanded the reach of her message via the formation of the Trinity Communications Network, and she has also caused the community to evolve to a point where it can exist without her.
And so the community's evolution over a period of time is from a maximum leader who really was a visionary moving things forward to a collaborated style of ministry with many different leaders working together in a team that really makes the community happen.
She's a highly evolved soul, and really our world needs more people like Rhonda Maingot.
For these reasons, Ms. Rhonda Maingot, founder of the Living Water community in Trinidad and Tobago, has been named the Anthony N. Sabga Caribbean Awards for Excellence Laureate in Public and Civic Contributions for 2013.